Okay, so I'm in Loch Laidon today, and it's the Easter weekend. It's Sunday, Easter Sunday. There's just been a great opportunity from a weather window to come and do a wild camp. So it's my first wild camp this year, looking forward to it. The clocks changed last night, so here in Scotland and the UK they sprung forward, which means it should be a lighter night tonight. So Loch Laidon, the road to get here is all the way up the A9 and to Rannoch Station, and it's although it's only maybe 30 miles once you come off the A9, it's certainly a bit of a slog to get here. There's some gorgeous sandy beaches here in Loch Laidon, gorgeous, absolutely stunning. There are just so many sandy beaches along this tip of Loch Laidon. It's just fantastic. So it's a little bit windier than what I thought it was going to be. Certainly picked up. So this little cove that I'm in is giving me a lot of shelter, and there's a nice little pitch up there that's quite flat. I'm thinking of going there tonight. It's not bad, is it? What a stunning place. I'm so lucky, so lucky. Let me just turn you around. So I think I've got home for tonight. This is home for tonight, this little spot here. I'll squeeze my tent in there with my head on the slope, so that'll work out quite good. A little bit sandy, but hey ho. The great thing about this spot is that this little hill is just a great windbreak, and it's just nice and peaceful here. The sun's going to set that way, a few beers, marshmallows, fire, and listen, I've got some big news for you guys. So I'm going to do a little bit of a time lapse of setting my tent up and setting my camp up, and we'll sit down, have a beer, and I'll tell you some news that I've got. Let me just take you around a wee tour of my little tent for tonight. Cracking night here in Loch Laidon. So there you have it. Let me just show you the tent. So for the tent tonight, there's no real kit changes. There we go, nice wee tent. Okay, so there's the tent set up. There's the hard foam, the blow up airbed, blow up pillow, Rab sleeping bag, toasting warm there tonight. That's going to be fantastic. There's a kit bomb going on over there. And this is Loch Laidon. How fantastic, beautiful, gorgeous is Loch Laidon. Okay, cheers everybody. Yum yum. Right, okay, so earlier on I was telling you about some news that I've got. The news is, over the past couple of months, 2 or 3 months, I've been writing my thoughts, ideas on what I've been doing on these paddle sport adventures. Lo and behold, weeks turn into a couple of months, and I've wrote about 252 pages of a book. So the book's called Unleashing the Wild, and it's all about adventure, paddle sport camping. So who's it aimed at? Well, I reckon it's aimed at novices and even those that are really well experienced. I'm sure there'll be something in the book for everybody. And it's looking at canoes, the history of canoes, where they came from, kayaks, the history of kayaks, sea kayaks, and a little bit of stand-up paddle boarding or SUPs. I'm then going to talk about the planning of a trip, the safety aspects, and then bringing it all together so that you could come to some place like this and enjoy the absolute magnificent views that are just in front of me just now. So watch out for that coming. It'll probably land this time next year. I've got a couple of other irons in the fire, so stay tuned and you'll get more news on how all this is developing throughout the course of the year. Unleashing the Wild. And if you've got any thoughts, ping them in the comments about what you would like to see in the book and why you would like to see it. So there'll be navigation, there'll be safety, there'll be risk assessment, there'll be what to take, the equipment to take. There's a special treat at the end. More of that later on in a couple of months' time. Anyway, Loch Laidon, I was meant to be paddling down to your left, to my right a little bit more, but the wind picked up and I'm pretty glad I've decided to sort of stop here tonight. Watch out for Unleashing the Wild coming out later on in the year. I've got something different for dinner tonight. So I got a little bit of feedback from somebody. Fee, if you're watching this, hopefully this is a different dinner from, or a different meal, dinner meal, from what I've done previously. So let's get stuck in. I feel like Keith Floyd, if you know who Keith Floyd is. Slurp. Let's get stuck into cooking. Okay, here we go for dinner. So we've got a little trangia going. So first thing that goes into this little bashed up frying pan is a little bit of oil. So the oil's in, and the next thing we're going to do is, I think we're putting some more oil, hey? There we go, that's a bit better. So I've got some of these mushrooms and onions chopped up. The problem I've got is I think I need a lid in this. So I'm going to go back to my trusty old pan here. Oh, look at that! One of the great things about tonight is there are no midge. Oh, look at that! Don't you can hear them sizzling, they're doing their job! Onions and mushrooms. And then over here we've got beef. We've got 500 grams of beef. There's 6 wraps, there's some cheese, and there's, although it says cumin there, this is a jar with mixed spices, so there's lots of different spices in here. So beef onto the wrap into the frying pan, cook away, flip it over, cheese, spices, onions, mushrooms. It might not look appetising to you, but trust me, I am absolutely famished and it's just firing up all my taste buds, so I'm looking forward to it. Okay, I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Doesn't look appetising, even to me, and I'm famished. Right, there's the tortilla, there's the beef. Stand by. Okay, so here's some spices. From there, what happens, it goes into the frying pan. You might not be able to hear it, but it's sizzling like mad, and it stays there for about a good 5 minutes. It's had about 10 minutes in there cooking away. I've got another one on the go, so a bit of a production line here. So, do you know what I need to do? I need to do something like this. Oh yes, please. Just let me get the other one cooking. Get some cheese. Oh, look at that, look at that, onions. There's my food. I'm trying to do it in a wrap. Wow. And that's so good. Wow. So the mince is cooked, the beef's cooked, the cheese is melted, the onions are gorgeous, mushrooms are beautiful, and there's like a soft bit here and a crispy bit round here, and the crispy bit's lovely when you bite into it. Equally, the soft bit's nice too. Yum, yum. So I guess the thing is, I could go for a boil in a bag option. I could go for reheating dehydrated food, but I like to do fresh food if I can. So good. So this third one looks quite nice compared to the first one. Yum, yum. Oh, the crispiness, man. Dinner is done. I'm absolutely stuffed, but I've still got room for marshmallows. So the sun's down, well, it's certainly down. I've lost the sun. Just look at that, how gorgeous is that. The wind has died down a little bit, so that's quite good. And I think that's going to be it for the rest of the night. Dry, low winds, maybe about 5 degrees Celsius, thereabouts, so just above freezing. And I'm looking forward to it. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. It's me changing into my pyjamas. Not that I've got pyjamas, but I've got about 3 layers of thermals on just now. And a nice quilted jacket, so I'm very toasty and warm and toasty. But the wind's dropped quite a bit. And I'm just looking at the marvellous sun hitting the hills away over there, and it's just like great colours from white to pinks, the clouds floating by, it's just stunning. So I've got one more treat, and thanks to my besto Karen, if you're watching this, I know you will be, I've got my marshmallows. Yum yum. Oh, look at that, yum yum. Wow. Wow, really good, what a treat. Karen, thanks very much, mate. Okay, I'm going to sign off, folks. I'm going to have a few more marshmallows, finish off my beer, head to bed. That's a big screen TV action for me tonight. Not too shabby. Okay, good night, folks. See you in the morning. Night, night. Well, good morning. The morning after the night before. Slept really well last night, really warm, cosy and comfortable. Woke up at 6 o'clock, breakfast, camp has been struck and I'm ready to go. So let's just do one last check that I've not left any trace or any kit behind. There's the footprint of the tent. There's no kit and no other trace I don't see. All good to go. Look at that, how gorgeous is that this morning? The time just now is 7:30. Glorious. So there we go, that's camp struck and we're off ski. Fantastic, bit chilly, but the paddling will just keep me that nice and a little bit toasty warm. So as you know, this is the first time I've been out this year, and for some reason the first hour I had 2 or 3 cuts in my hand. And it just goes to show you that as much as I try and go slow and carefully, you can still pick up little injuries, and it's a pain in the backside when you've got a little bleed and it just doesn't stop and it drips all over the place. So thankfully, my first aid kit, and I was able to put a couple of plasters on my fingers, they've done the job. I changed them over last night, had some dry plasters, so it's worked out okay. Gorgeous day, gorgeous morning. Just look at that, that is fantastic. Right, so we're heading down that way. The car's a couple of kilometres down that way. There are so many gorgeous sandy beaches here. There's another one. Well, that's us saying farewell to Loch Laidon. I will be back. I'll probably be back in my sea kayak, and I'll explain that the next time we're on a video. Anyway, Loch Laidon, Mill Pond Flat, which only leaves us the hike out, which is about a mile or so. Anyway, I've got my trolley. Right, okay, it's not going to get done itself, so let's go. So I've already carried up to the big bags to the top of the hill, just to save a little bit of weight in there. Okay, now to put the heavy bags back in. Okay, one of the most significant hazards is the railway line crossing that you've got to do. So if you do come here, pay attention to the railway. There we go. And then the next bit is this gate. You can't pull your trolley through it, you've got to unpack everything and lift it over. Just like so. What a difference without any weight in the canoe. Easy peasy. Okay, so from Rannoch Station at Loch Laidon in Rannoch Moor, I am hoping that you guys have enjoyed this one, because I've actually had a blast. Been a fantastic night, really relaxing, thoroughly enjoyed it, and catch you in the next one. Hasta luego.